Hello, welcome to my very first video. My name's Bella, and that's all I got for you. So if anyone's wondering, as I already said, I'm Bella. I want to do business when I'm older, maybe do fashion, so I'm really into fashion, so I'll do stuff like that. I'm just gonna vlog, that sort of thing. And I'm also really into the Marauders right now, and that's kind of what we're gonna be talking about today. So none of this is professional whatsoever. Like, I don't have a microphone or a tripod or like YouTubers put like their little like face on the side of like the thing and like the screen. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. So yeah. And my fingers are blue because I was making the flowered thingies. I don't know. We're gonna hope they dry. I don't know when they're supposed to dry. But yeah, I have my gorgeous slideshow up. So let's get started. Today we're going to be exploring the Marauders and kind of what and who they are. I can't get into my computer. So I think it's important to start off with like the main Marauders, because people are gonna be like, oh, yeah, Marauders. No, it's not just the Marauders. There's more to it. And I'm not gonna really go in depth in it right now, but I will eventually, just not right now. Today's video is not gonna be in depth. So let's start off with who the Marauders are. The Marauders are featured in the third movie, The Prisoner of Azkaban, with the Marauders map, which is a magical map where you can see who's moving around the castle. It's only in the castle. It can't be seen if they get off the off of castle grounds. They can't see where they are, but you can see what people are doing and where they are. And the people who created the people who created this map are James Potter, or James Fleamont Potter, better known as Prongs, Sirius Black, or Sirius Orion Black, better known as Padfoot, Remus Lupin, or Remus John Lupin, better known as Moony, and then Peter Pettigrew, or better known as Wormtail. So the Marauders are basically the era before Harry Potter. It's James's dad. It's Harry's dad, James, my bad, and his friends. They're known to be like the pranksters, and they just kind of get into trouble in the whole thing, and they're bullies. No. We'll get into why they're not bullies later. But, so J.K. Rowling just kind of wrote them, and I don't think she was really planning for an entire fandom to be based off of them, but we came around, and everyone made them gay. And my flowers are touching, so they're soaking into each other. It's okay. Yeah, because, there's more fun like that. So we're going to start off with the main guy. And the main guy is James Fleamont Potter, or Prongs. And he's mostly the main guy because he's Harry Potter's dad, but he's also not the main guy at the same time. And these blue fingers are just looking really weird on screen. So who is he? He's like the leader, I would say. And he's like the main person of the Marauders. And that's because he is the father of Harry Potter. He goes by Prongs because his animagus is a stag, and he's known to be his son, like the sun, like they'll see him as like the sun because of his personality. But I think the best canon is when he acts like that, but on the inside he's really bad anxiety and like bipolar depression, even though that sucks, guys. I'm not saying that's great, but I'm saying like that canon of it just like makes it very realistic for people. And his parents are Effie and Fleamont, or better known as Monty Potter. We love them. His main ships are Jegulus, Jilly, and Jegulily, but there are some other ships. There's Sunkiller, there's Prongsfoot. That's the only ones that I really know. Jegulus, we'll get into later, but it's basically Regulus and James. Jilly is Lily and James, and Jegulily is all three of them. Do not question things. His sexuality, he's mostly known as bi, but he can also be seen as pan or demisexual. I like pan and bi a little bit because I like that kind of stuff. But if I like saw him, I think I would see him as pan. I don't know. It's just kind of how I see him. And his nationality, I see him as Hispanic because I just feel like that's so fun and it's just so him. But he can also be seen from like Spain. Well, I guess is like kind of Hispanic, I guess. I don't want to like insult anyone. But he can also be known as Indian, and like I feel like that's also really fun too. So, yeah. But white James Potter is not a thing. Next is his right-hand man, and that is Sirius Orion Black, or Padfoot or Pads. Who is he? So he's known obviously as James's best friend. Though there's a group of 4, they are like the closest out of everyone. And in all fics, they are never not friends. Even if they meet later in the fic, they are always best friends. And he has a younger brother, Regulus, who we'll get into later. And he basically comes from a really abusive home. And depending on the fic, it can range from 16 to 18. And I think in the book it was 16. But he basically left Regulus and he did not return. And a lot of times him and his brother do not have a good relationship at all. And he's known as Padfoot because his animagus is a black dog. So his parents are Wahlburger and Orion Black, and we do not like them. Well, we don't like Orion or Wahlburger. It's a different story, and I think I'm going to get into that a little bit later. So his main ship is Wolfstar. We don't really see him with anything else. It's just Wolfstar. But sometimes we do see him with Mary MacDonald, who we'll get into later. He's always gay, no matter what. He's always gay. He will never like women unless it's the Mary. But again, people don't really ship Mary. It's more Wolfstar. And he can sometimes be non-binary or gender fluid, and we love that because Femme Sirius is chef's kiss. His nationality is French, and it's only French because him and like Regulus, they speak it, and like they get their boyfriends to fold and all that, and they did ballet like true little Frenchmen would. So Remus John Lupin, or Moony, is our next person, or Moons. He is seen in the movies because he is, well, so is Sirius, but he's Harry Potter's Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher in the 3rd book. And he's also pretty much the only rational one that really thinks things through. He is a werewolf, which leaves him with the scars and stuff. But if it's a Muggle, he usually gets into a car crash, which is also a lot of people how they put his mother dying, is he got into a car crash, he got the scars, and his mother died. He's also really known to have hip and back pain, often ending him with a cane. Him and his father, horrible relationship. Since his mom died at a young age, like that sort of thing. He's known as Moony because even though he doesn't have an animagus, he's a werewolf, so like the full moon and stuff. And he was bitten as a kid, like 4. I'm 4 or 5. People have stupid different things, but I'm 4. His parents are Hope and Lyle Lupin, and his ship is Wolfstar. Just like Sirius, really people don't ship him with anything else. Well, there is, what is there? Well, for Sirius, back to Sirius, there is Prongsfoot. I will say that there is Prongsfoot. But there is Moonwater, but I see that more as platonic. But there is Grant, which is an OC from all the young dudes, which do not judge me, but I have not read it yet because I cannot get through it. I do not have like the patience and like that sort of thing. Like, I mean, I do, but I just have not gotten to it yet. His sexuality, I only really see him as bisexual because that's just kind of how I see him. And I think that's usually how most people see him as well. His nationality is Scottish or Welsh. Welsh because he like has like the strong accent and like people like that, and I do too. And like I like the headcanon that like his friends couldn't understand him at first because his accent was so strong. I just find that really funny. So next is Peter Pettigrew, or Wormtail, or Wormy. So Peter is the rat that Ron had for 12 years. And he's Wormtail because his animagus. And guys, if my best friend had really cool names and they named me Wormtail, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be a traitor as well. I'm joking. So we love younger Peter, and most fics anyway, we do love him because he's just kind of like, I don't know, he's just him. We don't like older Peter because he is the reason James and Lily died, okay? And I understand that you just want to be heard, but, like, you cannot kill my booze like that. Like, we're not doing that. But he is a traitor because he is often the one being left out or forgotten. So his main ship is with, Sybil. I don't know how to pronounce her name, guys. Is that bad? Anyway, it's, the divination teacher and the fifth book and third book. She has shown up. She's the one with the glass, the grim, that sort of thing. Younger Peter often seem together, but sometimes sometimes Peter is also seen with a different girl, and her name is Emmeline Vance, and we'll get into her a little bit later. So, his sexuality, he is usually seen as straight if he is with someone, and if he's not with someone, he's usually asexual. Is that asexual? Asexual? Guys, okay, so his nationality, we're just gonna move on from that because I feel like I'm disrespecting everyone right now and I don't want to get canceled on my first YouTube video. So his nationality is usually Belgium or Scottish, which is like, slay. I don't know. I like had to look up some of these nationalities, not for the other three, but for him, because I'm like, what do people see him as? Like from London, like British, but like I feel like that's so boring, so I wanted to find something else. And I do like Scottish, him and Remus being from the same place, and him from Belgium, like I just feel like that's very cutesy. Next we're gonna talk about the Valkyries. And the Valkyries are the main Gryffindor girls. That's Lily Evans, Marlene McKinnon, and Mary MacDonald. So what are they? Well, I just explained it. The Valkyries are the girl version of the Marauders. They're the Gryffindor girls. And these women are mostly seen as lesbian. I don't think I've ever seen them as anything else except Lily, who's usually straight or lesbian, which we'll get into later. I don't know why I keep spoiling everything. But, yeah, that's just basically who it is. So first we're going to talk about Lily Evans, or Lil or Lils, okay? She is known from being Harry's mother, but she's not Lily Potter, she's Lily Evans. And if someone says Lily Evans, you know they're a Marauders fan, not a Harry Potter fan. If you're a Marauders fan, if you're becoming one, she is now Lily Evans, it's not Lily Potter. And she's known for being James's wife and Harry's mother, but she's not that. She's so much more, and she's just iconic, and we love her. And in a lot of fics, she will be seen with Pandora, so that's her ship, is Panda Lily. But she can also be seen with Mary, so there's Mary Lily, and if you're stupid and you're like, what's Mary? Buddy, it's in the name. Like, calm down. Next is Flower Killer, which is, her and Barty, which I really can't find any fics on them. And, oh my god, I should explode the entire internet to my forehead. And then, obviously, her main ship, what am I yapping about? Is Jilly, and trust me, I do not hate Jilly, but as a giant Jegula shipper, I just see her more with Panda, which is Pandora. We'll get into her later. But, yeah, but trust me, I do not hate Jilly. I think it's actually a really cute ship, and I love it so much. But, I do prefer Panda Lily and Jegulus a little bit more. So her sexuality, again, as I said before, is usually lesbian or straight, and her nationality, because she is a redhead, guys, don't hate on me, but she's from Ireland or Great Britain. And, I guess that's about it. I mean, like, I see her, like, don't cancel me, guys. Moving on. Next is Marlene McKinnon, or Marls. And she's only mentioned once. And that's when Sirius Black hands Harry Potter the photo and is like, the order, and it's like, right there, Marlene McKinnon. She was killed by Voldemort herself, and he wiped out her entire family. So basically that's because she's really slay-licious, and she was such a giant threat, just like her girlfriend. She's often seen as James's girl best friend, so Sirius is his boy best friend, and Marlene is his girl best friend, because they're just kind of like, they grew up together. A lot of people see it as headcanon, and I love that, like them being just like best friends as children. But she is the life of the party. She always hits, she never misses, and she's never like scared or backs down from anything. And if she's seen as anything else other than lesbian, you can tell someone to shut up and throw hands. But yeah, she was one of the very few that was actually killed by Voldemort himself, not just sent one of the Death Eaters. And then again, he wiped her entire family out. So her ships is mostly Dorleen, and that's with Dorcas. But you can sometimes see her with which is Maryline, which is her with Mary. Some people, a lot of people like would be like, oh, Sirius and Marlene, but the gay and lesbian ship sort of vibe and stuff. So again, her sexuality is obviously lesbian, in case I haven't made it clear, and her nationality is German. It's the only one I could find because I didn't want to just make all these people from London, and Great Britain. I didn't really want to do that, so I was really researching. I was like, German, I like that. You know what? I like that one. I was actually going through the Olympic videos because I was like, that's actually kind of that's kind of slay-licious. Okay. Next is Mary MacDonald, okay? I don't even know if she was mentioned. Was she? Guys, can someone tell me if she was ever mentioned? But we love her anyway, and she is just, not, she's a bitch. Because, she just is. But she's, rude, and she's sassy, and, she's the person that, people are terrified of. Because, why not? But she's, a sweetheart to her friends, but she's also kind of rude, in that joking manner. But, I guess some people view her as shy, but that's, boring. So, her main ship is Mary Lily or Maryline. So, Mary Lily is obviously, I'm not even going to explain it. And then Maryline we just went over. But, yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot on her. I will research her more, and I will get back to you guys maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Her sexuality is a lesbian, obviously, and her nationality, Brazilian is the main one, which I do really like, but sometimes she can be from Afghanistan, where she wears a hijab. Kill Your Darlings by Messer Moon is a great one. I'm pretty sure she wears a hijab in that fic, and I do actually enjoy that one a lot. Moving on to the Slytherin Skittles. They're literally my boos, my bees. I love them so much. So who's in it? First of all, Regulus Black, him, me, we're the same person. Evan Rossio. Okay, I'm gonna shut now. Barty Crouch Jr. It was a Barty Crouch Jr. Same movie, same moment. Pandora Rossio and Dorcas Meadows. So who are they? They're the Slytherins. If you don't get that, except for Pandora and sometimes Barty. Pandora is a Ravenclaw. She's the only Ravenclaw in the Slytherin Skittles. But Barty can also sometimes be headcanon as Ravenclaw. And I also do the headcanon where you can switch houses if it doesn't actually work for you. If the Sorting Hat was wrong, where he starts off in Ravenclaw and moves on to Slytherin. I do like that a lot. Because Barty, I like him being incredibly smart, but just waste it all to get revenge on his father. But we'll get more into him later. So, they're basically the same person as the Marauders. They're, mirrored images of each other. But they're always trying to, one-up each other. And they usually hate each other unless it comes to the sense of Dorcas or Regulus bringing them together based on their, partner. And again, everyone's gay. So first we're going to talk about Regulus Articus Black. That's Reggie, and Reg, or Reg. It kind of depends how people say it. I like Reg, but I also like Reg. I don't know. That kind of sounds right. Reg. You know this? Reg. Okay, you know what I'm talking. So, he is never just seen as Sirius's little brother. He's actually so much more than that. He, was, it's this whole thing. But, he helped bring, I think it's the 6th. I think it's the 6th book they go looking for the locket, right? I don't know. I'm, rewatching the movies, and I just need to be caught up. But, there's a letter that Hermione reads that says, I will be long gone by the time you read this. But, to the Dark Lord. I'll be long gone by the time you read this. But he himself was trying to one-handedly destroy Voldemort. And I find that insane. Because there was one thing that his brother just thought, they both died thinking they hated each other, that the other one hated them, they didn't. They actually loved each other very much, but it was just this whole thing. So, but he often needs reassurance because he, just like Sirius, because they're brothers, he did come from a very abusive household, mentally and physically, verbally and physically, and don't get me wrong, I love like soft, quiet Reg, but bad Bios Reg who's an independent icon, is really the one you'll fall in love with, he survived 2 to 4 years by himself, again, depending on the fic, in a toxic household because Sirius left him. And I do love when he actually stayed because of the money he was received. So he literally just stayed and put up with it to receive millions and millions of dollars. And he's just like walking out like hella rich, like, yo, I took Sirius's and my money because I'm better than everyone else. And he's just out of there, no more contact, or Mom, I don't want to talk to you. So he was a Death Eater, and at the age of 16 or 18, guys, I'm like really bad at memory. Am I like the worst person to explain this? Became a Death Eater, and forcefully. I think the one thing is that I don't think he didn't ever want to become one. He didn't want to be like his parents, but it was forced upon him since he was the heir. And he held one of Voldemort's Horcruxes, trying to stop him. So his parents are Wahlberg and Orion, or Wallbitch and Onion Black. Thank you, Barty, for those names. His main ship will be Jegulus, and that will be him with James. And he was born a few minutes after the sun set because he will always miss the sun just by a little bit. Or Jegulili, we explained that. Or Bardulus. Guys, don't hate on me for not being able to pronounce that right. And that's him with Barty, which is often one that is found. We'll get into the strips later. So his sexuality is always gay. He's really never seen with a girl unless in the case of Jegulili. But trans Regulus, guys, when people are like, I don't understand how people headcanon trans Regulus, and I think it's just this whole, I think it's the thing of I don't know why people headcanon it, but I love it, and I do headcanon it. I'm not sure why, it's just something about it that just, is like, whoa, like, that's gotta, be this whole thing. And, sometimes he'll be seen as non-binary or gender fluid, just like his brother, because him and Sirius are so much alike. And they just kind of end up the same. Also, do you guys like my pants? They're Powerpuff Girls. His nationality is French. This is the only nationality he and Sirius have ever been headcanon to be, I'm pretty sure. Because, he speaks French, and James is like, he folds like a piece of paper. So, yeah. Next is Evan Rossier. I used to pronounce the name Rosier because I was a little slow, and I should have known by watching the movie, but it's Rosier. And, he is mentioned once in the third movie. So I'm like, manuscript now. I should probably do that. And the guy with the courtroom in the cage, where it's like Evan Rosier. Evan is a big, amazing boyfriend who people be like, historians would call them it's like the historians would call them best friends, sort of thing. And, freaks out when stupid Mad Eye Moody goes, killed that one but took my eye with him or something like that, right? Because, I can't with Mad Eye Moody, guys. I actually hate him. But, after becoming a Marauders fan, I'm like, I cannot do that. But, he's the twin of Pandora, we'll get into later. I've only really ever seen him with Barty, and that's Rose Killer, which also is, such a cool shit name. Sexuality? Yay. So his nationality, I'm kind of explaining the same thing with Pandora because they are from the same family, is Haitian, Egyptian, or Swedish. So yeah, I know that Sweden is very different from Haiti or Egypt, but a lot of people, including me, say the Rossier twins of being people of color, because I just feel like that's like something that would be a thing. But because they're also like a lot of times you'll see them with dreads and fanfics, and like doing like I guess white people can have dreads, but like that's not the point. But in some cases, with Pandora being Luna's mother, they are headcanon to be white. So the option of Sweden is nice to have. Next is Barty Crouch Jr. Okay, Barty is named after his dad, who he hates, and he's a rock star bad bitch. He joined the Death Eaters because his dad, he was actually one of the big families that his dad wasn't actually a Death Eater. So he became one just because of his dad off, which is like iconic, but it actually ended him in Azkaban and eventually to his death. So he's featured in the third movie as mentioned before, and in, and the fourth as well. Or is it just the fourth? Guys, it's just the fourth. I'm going insane. When he's again found in the courtroom attacking the one guy because of the, stuff. But and he also appears as Mad Eye Moody, his boyfriend's killer, at the polyjuice potion. Him and Evan lost Pandora and went pretty much insane, and he can be seen as Slytherin, as I mentioned before, but he can also be seen as Ravenclaw. So I don't know his mother, but I do know his father, and that's Barty Crouch Sr. And his ships are Bartyless and Evan, Rosekiller, and stuff, and his sexuality is gay as shit. And he literally would never be seen as anything else, unless it's a very rare fic of Flower Killer. And another thing, there is Sun Killer, and his nationality is Italian, because I liked that for him, and I thought it was like cutesy and demure. Next slide. So we have Pandora next, or Pandora Rossier, and she's Evan's twin sister. But when people ask me, like my friend, well, was Pandora ever mentioned? Not named specifically, but actually I don't know that. But she was Luna's mother who did die in the experiment when Luna was 9. She's also known, just like her daughter, to be a little crazy or loony. She's very hippie, whimsical vibes, and she's the quiet, soft-spoken one. But she isn't scared to do anything to anyone, so she can be very misleading. And though she, again, is in the Slytherin Skittles, she is actually a Ravenclaw. And her main ship is Panda Lily, with Lily, and Zeno, we'll just say Zeno, okay? And Zeno, which is Luna's dad. So her sexuality, is lesbian or pan, but now I think of it, I kind of like pan more. I feel like just fits her vibe. But just like with Evan, Haitian, Egyptian, Swedish is her nationality. So now we have Dorcas Meadows, or she can also Panda can also be known as Dora. Dorcas Meadows can be known as Cassie or Cass. And again, I'm actually not sure if she's ever mentioned, but she is one of Regulus's best friends. But she's also another one that was killed by Voldemort himself. And she can kind of be surfer vibe-ish if you read, you signed up for this. And she's kind of like Mary, where she's a complete ass, unless it comes to her friends, which she cares so much about. Her only ship is Dorleen, and I'll tell you why. Because her sexuality is lesbian, and her nationality is Jamaican, Ethiopian, or Kenya. She can be from Kenya as well. I don't know why I said that. Oh, because I was reading it weird. So I wrote Jamaican or Ethiopian, which is how she usually viewed. But I don't really know her sexuality that well. I was doing like the U.S. Olympic things, but I guess people can also see her from Kenya, which I like. But I think Jamaican's my favorite. I like that with the whole surfer vibe thing. So those are all the main people. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll do all the other crap in another video. Oh, okay. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my blue little fingers. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. And thank you for joining me. And please do a follow and like and comment or do whatever you'd like to my video. And subscribe to me because I want you to be on influential and I feel like that's very kind. Thank you. And I hope you learned a little something. I am not that intelligent of the marauders, but I try. I do try. So, anyway, lovelies, I hope you enjoy your day or night, or I hope you're not binging at 3 o'clock like I would be. But, yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Later.